A typical day in your life is far different from a typical day in the lives of others throughout the world. Though it's difficult to comprehend, 2/3 of all people don't have clean drinking water. Most cannot read or write and have no access to basic medical care. Respiratory disease, infection, and starvation are simply a part of life. They live the way their ancestors did, a simple life dedicated to life's necessities and family. In many ways, it is a grim existence, but a closer look provides a different perspective. There is still happiness in these societies. They are family-based with strong ties to community and esteem for ancestors and the elderly. In many ways, these rural villages have what we aspire to. They foster a value system that breeds respect for honesty, culture, and tradition. There is much good in these poor communities, but they are plagued with obstacles that we have already overcome and you already take for granted. For example, respiratory disease caused by the lack of simple smoke ventilation in their dwellings commonly leads to death. Infection from dirty water often has the same result. And possibly the most astounding statistic of all is this. Over 6,000 children, women, and fathers die from contaminated water every day. Most of them from illnesses already conquered by modern medicine or avoided through simple preventative measures. The Chinese proverb, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, but teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime," effectively conveys the mission of Choice Humanitarian. Put simply, we have much we can teach these communities about education, hygiene, and medicine. Choice encourages self-reliance by introducing simple technologies such as greenhouses, fuel-efficient stoves, and rudimentary pumps and water systems for irrigation as well as drinking. Choice also works to provide opportunities for village enterprises, community cooperatives, savings programs, and credit systems. Choice expeditions provide a normally unattainable view of everyday rural village life. Staying in the village and working with villagers creates the opportunity for expedition participants to really understand the local people, customs, and culture. Participants go to project countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America to give their time and knowledge, but most often they find themselves returning home with much more than they were able to give. They return home with a new understanding of the world and their role in it. They return home with the love of hundreds of new friends. They return home having seen what much of civilized society has forgotten: family values and a sense of community and respect for others. The mission of Choice is self-sufficiency for the villages. The words "thank you for helping us, now we can help ourselves" are the true measure of our success. Only then do we know the sustainable impact of teaching a man to fish. With villagers coordinating their own programs, they become more effective. Ownership in their own water projects and school promotes self-destiny and empowerment. We strive to help break the cycle of village dependence on outside sources as they build themselves a better future. Of course, none of this happens overnight. It takes time and patience. It takes help from you and others like you. There are a variety of opportunities, from monetary contributions to going on one of our expeditions. We offer an annual Choice Humanitarian membership. You can make monthly financial contributions, add to our endowment fund, sponsor a project, or even adopt an entire village. We also offer an employee contribution program. Donations don't have to be large. The key is simply to do something, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant.
Sleep, my child, for the red bee hums, the silent twilight falls.
Choice Humanitarian is the link between poor communities around the world and you who have the means and the desire to help them.
To wrap the world in thrall.
By donating to Choice, you're building a bridge for these villages. This bridge leads to self-sufficiency. It leads to pride and empowerment. It leads to clean water, health care, education, and economic opportunity that the villagers can then perpetuate. And in return, your contribution to Choice connects you to the values the villagers epitomize, the values of family, community, and respect for others. It brings together the good of one society with the good of another.